Hello again. Here we are to talk about WordPress and continue working on this Nob Hill Gazette theme, right? And in the last video, we set up these thumbnail images here for our posts in the departments category. And we have this big image here. And what I want to do is I want to set these images up so they're responsive and they kind of shrink to keep their column width. And right now what's happening is when I, they look good now, but when I start making the page smaller, what you'll see is the gutter here between the two images disappears, right? And then this large image here starts to run off the edge of the page. There should be a margin there on the edge, but this is overflowing it, right? And what's happening is the columns here are getting smaller, but the images are staying the same size, and so they overflow the box that they're in, right? So if I look at this 33% grid, you can see that this stops, right here. You can see the green line there, and you can see the gutter, but the image is flowing out of the box, right? So, and the same thing is happening here. This one should stop, the large image should stop over here, right? But instead, it's flowing out of the box, right? So what we're going to do is we are going to set up a style in our style sheet to take care of that. So I'm going to go to my style sheet here. And as long as the images are inside of a container, what we can do is we can just say all image tags should be width 100% and height auto. Okay, and we may have to actually do a little bit more with this later, but for right now this is the general style that we're going to use. Okay. So what does this do? Let me put a little note here about, image styles, right? Okay. So so what's happening here? Well, if we set the width to 100, then the width of the image tag, needs to be the width of its container, okay? And when we set the height to auto, what we're saying is we want the height to keep proportion with the width. Okay, without height auto, the images would get out of proportion, okay? So I'll save that. And then we'll go back to the browser here and refresh. And then this time, as I shrink the browser, you see the images are getting smaller as the browser gets smaller. Okay? So there we go. And then at this point, the unsemantic grid, when it gets too small, then these 33% items will be 100% width unless we give them another class to say what size they should be on the tablet. So, but we'll come back to that later. So for right now, we've got our images kind of shrinking correctly, okay? So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope that helps you out, and good luck.